I got a theory. Is the word Akata a mystery? Do we really know the history? I'm Nigerian, born in America. So this is 5 minutes with an Akata? Woye, my people, black people, good people, all peoples. We're in season 3, where I speak with folks from different African countries. And today, I speak with Presley. We only got 5 minutes. Oh yeah, let's get into this. Thank you so much, Presley, for joining me for 5 minutes with an Akata ?
Hey, Iyore. I appreciate you having me. Thank you so much. I'm really excited for this podcast.
Awesome. So, as I always do, I ask my infamous question: do you know or have you heard of the word Akata?
So I'm from Liberia, and growing up, I've grown up around some Nigerians, and you hear it jokingly, but I never really personally use it. But I'm familiar with the term, not specifically what it meant growing up, but I've heard it loosely in passing.
Okay. And so what do you think it means, or how was it used around you?
When I first came to this country, I was in ESL. And in this ESL, it's a class that they put foreign students in, being with Nigerians and Cameroonians and Ethiopians. Whenever we, be around American kids, they joke, I would hear that term, and then there'd be a laugh followed by a laugh, or things like that. And, just trying to fit in and wanting to, be a part of what was going on. You'd laugh back, but I didn't really understand the full scope of what it meant. But I knew, somewhat that it was alluding to American, when we would be around Americans, typically the Nigerian kids would use that term. So.
Interesting. And so you are saying this is what, elementary school, middle school?
Yeah. This was middle school.
Give the audience a sense of where, I know you said you're from Liberia, how you were born and raised there. When did you come to America? And just give us your full ethnic background.
Absolutely. So I was born in Liberia. I came here when I was 10 years old in 2000, early 2000s. Grew up on the East Coast, Maryland to be exact. The experience coming to the States was very Americans, especially Black Americans and Africans, was something that I, noticed very quickly when I got here to the States, the bullying and all of these things, as a foreigner.
And both of your parents are from Liberia?
So my father is full Liberian, and my mother is half Filipino and half Liberian.
And so it's interesting you brought up, coming to America and seeing a division. And so I don't even have to ask you, do you see a division? You've lived it.
Right.
Why do you think that there is one?
I think that division really comes from just a very strong disconnect, especially, and a lot of it too is ignorance. I remember coming here and, the Black kids, believe it or not, were more rough on me than the white kids or the Hispanic kids. I feel like there's just a lack of information in the Black community as it pertains to, maybe now, but, obviously in the past, there's been a very strong Black presence in America. This notion that all Africans are, or as they would say, African booty scratchers, or have you chased a lion before? That is so far from the truth. But, back then, that definitely caused a lot of anger and a lot of confusion to me. But as I've gotten older, it's more sympathy than anything to just see how misinformed and heavily impacted by the media's perception of Africa, the Black culture or Black community here in the United States have been. And I say have been because obviously, fast forward to the times that we live in now, people are more educated, they're more Afrocentric. When we got here, it wasn't that, it wasn't cool to be African. It wasn't cool to go to school with your African clothes on. It was like, oh, look at this guy, he must be poor, or, you must have lived in a hut of some sort. So
thank you so much, Presley,
Absolutely.
for joining me for 5 minutes with an Akata ? We most definitely have to have another conversation, because 5 minutes surely is not enough.
I really appreciate you having me, Iyore. This is really amazing what you're doing, and I'd love to do it again.